Oh, I wish you could understand what it smells like in the studio right now. Welcome back. Getting a nice juicy steak at a steakhouse is so great, but sometimes you just want to be able to recreate that experience at home. But if you ever tried cooking a steak, you know it can be hard to cook it exactly the way you want. So here with tips is Chef Fernando Garcia from Black Angus. Welcome to New Day.
Thanks.
You're going to tell us, give us some pro tips.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, first of all, what's the biggest mistake people make when they're trying to make a steak at home?
Not choosing the right quality of a steak.
Really?
Yeah.
So it starts there.
Exactly. So you got to choose some great quality, like these steaks right here. You can see it. You can see the marbling inside the steak. You know, you can see the thickness of it, the right color of it.
So let's dive deeper into that. Then, how do you go about selecting the right meat?
So USDA choice of better grade. That's always best, right? When you look at the steaks, again, you got to see the color nicely, red and bright. You see the marbling inside the steaks. That's just quality. You can tell you right there how juicy is going to be the steak. Okay, that's nice. Yeah.
And then from there, so what's your process? What advice would you give?
Once you get your steaks, you always want to pre-season the steaks, right? Pre-seasoning the steaks give you a nice flavor inside. Yeah, probably about an hour or so. You can always, once you pre-season, the moisture of the steak is kind of drying out. So it kind of forms a nice surface of dryness. So when you cook it, it doesn't drip the steak in the burner.
Okay, so season it, but then do you let it sit? Because some people want to marinate. You let it sit the season
about an hour or so.
About an hour.
You can do it the night before.
Now here's what I want to know. Okay, now follow my little logic here. I'll never forget talking to a makeup artist. And he's a makeup artist to the stars. And he said to do the makeup right, he uses his fingers. He doesn't use tools.
Right.
So I'm wondering, is it the same with meat? Do you use hands or do you just season with the thing?
You can use your hands.
Show me how you do it. Let's do it.
We got some shakers right here. So if you want to grab one of these, which one is this one you want to do? You want to do this ribeye right here? You got bone-in ribeye.
Ooh,
got all
what's your favorite?
For sure, ribeye.
Okay, let's do the ribeye.
So set them out right in there. Okay. So you can use your fingers, so you can just go and get the shaker and
are you a rub?
You want to cover it nicely.
Okay.
You don't want to oversalt it, but you want nice cover of the steak, so it gets.
And then just
a little more, it'll be nice.
Okay.
That's perfect. And then you want to do some black pepper, the basic seasoning right there. You just the other way around.
So it's that simple. Yep. Just salt and pepper.
Nice. There's as much pepper you want on your steak. I love it when it's nice and.
And do we need to pat it or anything, or just dusting it is fine?
You're cool, but you can just leave it that way. It'll suck itself.
Okay.
Just flip them over.
All right. So flip it over.
There you go.
Okay.
And you do the same thing on the other side. You can also use garlic, granulated garlic, if you like garlic on it. That'll be perfect.
But this is really how you do it? Yeah. Salt and pepper?
Yeah, pre-season it for about, again, 1 hour. Or you want to do it the night before. If you're busy the next day, that's fine.
Okay, seasoning that.
Right.
And now, so when it comes to grilling, so because now we got the seasoning on, let's say we let it sit an hour. What is the difference between when we grill, let's say, or try to cook it on the stove versus outside in terms of what we get?
There's a difference. You always want to preheat your grill or whatever you're going to cook it at, right?
Okay.
So make sure it's nice temperature, about 400, 450 degrees.
Okay.
And so when you cook, you have to hear that sizzle on the steak, right? So you want it nice and hot on your grill,
right? Is it okay to put this on?
So put it on. So we got one already cooking right here because, time and TV is, but this one is almost done, right? So the most important thing that you want to do on the steak is to let it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
On one side.
All right.
Don't start flipping back and forth. You want it nicely.
How did you know I did that?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 to 3 minutes on one side. Okay.
Yeah. And then you just flip them over and you do the same thing. 2 to 3 minutes. You hear the sizzle right there of the steak is nice. And then you flip back again. 3 or 4 times, that's enough. And it should be already, you can see how the steak cooks on the outside. It start kind of bringing all those juices up. And it all depends how you like.
But sometimes when I've done just a few minutes on each side, it's not quite done. So then how do you recover from that?
Oh, you can always check the temperature on the steak, and you can just finish it in your oven if you want.
Okay, finish it in the oven. That way you're not drying it out.
Exactly.
So that's what you do. What'd you put the oven on?
350, 400 degrees.
Okay.
As well,
so do you think you can still do a good steak if it's on the stove?
Absolutely, yeah. Okay. Look I've been using these little electrical grill, and look at the steak. It's looking gorgeous right now.
Okay.
So you can do it on open
if we start with the right meat, okay.
The Black Angus, we do it on open flames, and we offer all these selections of steaks. You can go through the market at blackangus.com. You can select any of these steaks that you want. You pre-order it, you take it home. You Preseason it just like you did. You cook it on the grill for you, or you can order all these different sidekicks for Black Angus as well.
Oh, you can. Or so let me
Yes.
just step back a minute.
Yeah.
So basically, not only are you a restaurant, but people can come and they can sit in the restaurant, eat, or they can just take some steak to go.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
know they're getting a really good quality steak
Yep.
that they can take home.
They're fresh cut every day for our chefs. They cut it, once you order it, they go and cut steaks. They pack it up nicely for you. And that QR code, with your phone, you can scan it and you get all the recipes how to cook it.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
That's
All
fantastic.
right. So we can do that coming to the restaurant, or we can go online and order as
Definitely,
well, right?
yes.
Okay. So anything else we should know about this process?
So once your steak is ready, let it sit for about 5 minutes. Let it sit so the juices can lock in.
Oh.
Because you slice it right away, it's just gonna drip all over. So you let it sit so it gets nice, and then you can start cutting into the steak.
Okay. All right. I've got
So
some
this
tips.
one's
I'm going
ready.
to try it.
We also offer butters to enhance the flavor of the steak if you like. We have different ones: roasted jalapeno, garlic and herb. You can just mix it all together. The ingredients are very basic.
Okay. And would you put the butter on the steak?
Absolutely, when it's done.
When it's
Yes. And
butter
you just melt
on
all
the
over
steak when
it.
it's
You
done.
want to do
Boy,
it now?
you were
We can do
talking-
it right now.
Well, we're running out of time, but I would love to
can
catch
just-
that shot of butter melting on
Look
the
at that.
steak. We got to somehow get that.
It's going to melt right there. It's going to give you all that last flavor. And then when you cut on the steaks, all the flavor is going to be combined.
Yeah, you have rocked our worlds today. Thank you so much, Fernando,
My pleasure.
for Black Angus.